Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. We're working on a foosball game here, originally designed by Sethbling, and we're just sort of updating it with some features that we now have available to us in Minecraft. We've got the pitch complete and we've got all the players in. We can kick the ball. We've already tested. We can even score a goal. However, we need to get a scoring system in next. Before we dress this up and make it look a little bit more like a foosball table, we need to get some redstone logic completed. So, step one is to get the hoppers down. Now, obviously, we want all these hoppers going in to the same line. So we're going to basically, no matter what hopper you put this into, it'll always end up in this one, because the hopper previous is facing into it. I think what we can do is probably have this here, like that. Then it hides up the redstone that will be behind it, a little bit of redstone, and nice big red area to say this is where you're scoring, red people. So underneath here, I think I probably want it to go through a couple more hoppers, at least like to there, and then we can start with some redstone. So probably just to that one will do. Now we have this comparator to go here, and then we want a repeater after it. This can't be seen from the other side at all. Look, you can't see it at all. Once we cover that up there, look, you can't see anything that we're removing back here. So once we've got a repeater after the comparator, it means we have a full signal strength to be able to do whatever we want with. Now we want this to go into a chest. This is just for the moment, at least, to get the item from that hopper out of it, so it doesn't keep the signal strong 100% of the time. However, I don't quite know yet how we want to get this to score, so let's just bring it up into a bit of a more open area for us. Now, I could have a light design. We could have what Sethbling originally had, which was some sort of sand scoring design, which I sort of like in respects to using his idea here. I think it would be quite nice to use the original sand, or maybe not his original design, but a original sand scoring device. So basically, this is going to be a miniature version. It's not going to be in the correct place quite yet, but we want to have a piston facing this way, with this is going to be what we can score up to here. Then that'll push it along. I have one there as well. And then we want a piston underneath here, and this will push it up. I should probably do this in reverse order. Now this is going to require some timing for sure. Let's just do it back a little bit up here. This is going to require a little bit of timing, but I'm sure we can figure it out. So that goes into there. That goes into there. Obviously, that is not right. And that one. So at the moment, we're on 1 point, okay? This is going to go up, hopefully. 1, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, etc., etc. So if I put something in there, it's going to go through that. At the moment, it's going to activate that one and that one at the same time, which will probably mean that this one won't activate at all. What we want is this one to activate first, and then this one to activate shortly after, but activate when the piston that's underneath this sand block here, that one right there, is dropping down. So when it drops down, it fills a piece of sand in behind it, keeping that sand up in the air. I think I should probably make a hole here so I can actually score easily and just throw something in. Let's get a stack of something, like a stack of end pearls. That's not a very big stack though, is it? Okay, so, in fact, I should probably just use a button. Would be easier, wouldn't it? Just for testing. Oh no, button won't be good because a button is staying on longer than this hopper is. Yeah, see, that hopper isn't on for very long. Extend it a little bit. Extend it a little bit. So there's no real special stuff to Redstone. It's a lot of testing. There we go, look. So we've got 2 goals. 3 goals. 4 goals. Etc. 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 Now, is there a way that we can get this to go backwards? Is there a way that we can reset this in a simple way? That's if we want. This is how he had it. He originally had the sand going up. I tell you what we could do. We could do a new scoring system where it goes sideways instead. Okay, we've got that idea. We know that it's just a repeater on 4 ticks of delay. But let's try a different design. Let's try one that rotates sideways. Now, this will be a little bit bigger, but it could be really, really cool. What I'm thinking is we can do it with any block because it's no longer going to be requiring gravity. In fact, the last one didn't actually need to be sand, did it? Oh, yes, it did for the... Yeah, it did. Okay, let's just shut up and have snow and yellow because this is... No, red. Because this is the red side, sorry. Yellow and red, white and red. Now, let's say we had signs below here, and this sign said 0, this sign said 1, this sign said 2, this sign said 3, all the way up to maybe 7 or 8 or 10 or however many goals that we want it to be. It's usually 7, I think. So at the moment, it's on 0 goals. But if we had it like this, and we had some sort of rotation like this, and we rotated it around, this red block would go here. Then the red block would go here. And it would slowly go up, or each time that we go through the hopper, it'll activate this once, and the scoreboard will go up. However, we would want it to go 0 here and go up that way. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Otherwise, it looks like it's going backwards. So, if we wanted it to rotate that way, we don't want any sticky pistons. But we do want... We wouldn't want this one to be 0. We would want this one to be on 0 goals. Because we need a piston facing that way to push it around. And if we were going to do that, I probably don't want the piston on show, do I? So to hide the piston on show, we could actually hide it up by moving it over by 1. Oops. Oh. By moving it over by 1 over here. There we go. And then we'd be able to eventually hide it up with something as simple as that, look. And then you won't be able to see the piston when you're straight on. It'll just be on 0 goals. Okay, oh. I got rid of the stupid piston. So that one. So it pushes it this way first. And then we wanted to push it this way. There will be 1 block missing. Well, maybe even 2 blocks missing out of this towards the end. This one. And that one. So that's going to push them around in a circle. Now we need to have some redstone here. I might have to get rid of some of this water for the moment. In fact, I'm going to wire this up, and then I shall be back and show you how to build it, okay? 1. Okay, AJ was a silly Billy and put the pistons facing in the wrong direction, so it still actually goes from right to left instead of left to right, but this isn't in the actual place where it's going to be. This is only a microscopic test version. In fact, it only goes to 0, 1, 2, and 3 goals, but it works. We've got it. If I put a football through here, I shoot. He scores. Whoop. And it moves up a block. And we can shoot again. And it goes up another one. So obviously we can have this pretty much as long as we want. As long as it doesn't go longer than 12 blocks long. Because obviously a piston cannot push more than 12 blocks. However, I think we could probably get like easily a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 is usually the main goal. Same as table hockey, whatever you want to call it. The ching ting 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 1. What's that called? ice hockey. I usually just call it ice hockey, even though it's not actually ice hockey. So the way that this is hooked up, obviously this isn't in the right spot, but you can basically see what's going on. It goes into this hopper. The comparator reads and says, yes, there's a hopper in there. Goes straight into a repeater. This repeater doesn't necessarily have to be there. You could put the piston that's below here straight from that comparator. But this is just in its working state. So this little piston here with a piece of sand on top is a nice, simple, easy to make monostable circuit. I've then got 2 ticks of delay of a repeater coming out of it. And then this looks complicated, but it really isn't, okay? First off, it comes down this route to this torch, to that redstone, to this torch, which keeps that piston in. Now, the only reason why there's 2 torches here is because I want the piston to be powered from underneath it. And obviously the only way to power a block from underneath is with a torch. If you had this going in just from the sides, you could just use redstone, dust, and repeaters. But I'm thinking ahead and about how I want to hide the redstone up from being visible at the top there. I've already got it set up using torches. So basically, it's just inverting it and then inverting it again. So think of the ones, ignore all the repeaters at the moment. It goes to that one, and it goes through here to this one, which again is a repeater, dust, torch, dust, torch. So basically, this one and this one fire first and fire at the same time. After those 2 have fired, it's obviously still going down these repeaters, of which, I don't need that there, of which we have, let me put a piece of redstone there, boop, of which we have 1 4 tick of delay repeater, and another one here. This is just because it was wiggly, which is why they're not together. And the same over there with 8 ticks of delay, 2 repeaters on maximum delay. And then again, like normal, it goes torch, dust, torch. And over here, torch, dust, and torch. But because of the space constrictions I had to split those 2 repeaters up. I say it's just in a working way at the moment. It's not in a compact, refined way. So those 2 trigger first. After those 2 pistons have pulled back the piston heads and got everything out of the way, this piston and this piston can then activate to push everything around. Score another goal. There we go. Bing, bing. And obviously, when it goes off the edge, yes, we will have to make it go all of the way around again. But that shouldn't be that hard to do, actually. All we'd have to do is maybe have a dispenser somewhere. Even a dispenser here would do. Or probably after hidden somewhere in the goal. That fires out. How many do we need? In this example, we would need... once you win, you get to the winning stage. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's say 15 items. And just make this clock run 15 times. So just put an item into a hopper somewhere, which sets off this route, this signal, this circuit. And it just automatically ticks that 15 times, and that'll get this red block all the way back round to the start again without you having to worry about anything. So that's the scoreboard all set up, just not in the right place. I'm going to find a nice place for this. I might get it hooked up depending on how much time I have to record today, and I shall be back, okay? Okay, I'll show you the importance of refining your redstone, because this is now a lot easier to understand. If you didn't understand it a minute ago, you might understand it now. Okay, let me show you demonstration. We shall score a goal. Doop, and it goes up by 1. And we can score another one. I'm throwing away all my items here. We can score another one. Boom, and it moves up another 1. Hey, and as soon as it gets to the end, that's a win. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals, which works out to be 1 bigger than the goal and 1 bigger than the goal. Okay, that's how big the scoreboard is. Out the back here, let's start at the bottom. This is easy to understand, guys. Don't you even worry about it. It's exactly the same. All the items go through this hopper. This hopper is the one that, like, counts how many goals there are. So when an item's in there, the comparator lights up, powering the repeater, just to get enough signal to go to here. Underneath this sand block is a piston. This is a monostable circuit to give a shorter pulse, because we need a shorter pulse than what the item is giving us. It gives us a short little, like, 2-tick pulse coming out of here, because we've got a 2-tick delay coming on the repeater, coming out of the repeater on the end. Then we've just got vertical redstone, ding, 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 all the way up. And now this looks a lot more tidy. This is a lot easier to understand. It's exactly the same principle. We've got, obviously, the torches are underneath the pistons. Okay, so it comes up to here, it lights up this redstone. First, the redstone goes to here, because this is only 1 tick of delay, and it comes down this way, and to here, because it's only on 1 tick of delay. The repeater has to be here, otherwise this repeater powers this block, powering this piece of redstone, locking up the circuit. So make sure that you don't have any like redstone seeping through into other bits of redstone, okay? So 1 tick and 1 tick first. That pushes this piston forward and this piston forward, making the score go up higher. And then it goes through this bit, which is 8 ticks of delay, and this bit, which is 8 ticks of delay. Dunk, dunk. I had to have the scoring around. I'll tell you why in a minute. So 8 ticks of delay and 8 ticks of delay goes through up those torches, pushing this piston forward, and finishing off the circuit. The reason why this is at a funny angle and not just straight is because it fits nicely inside of my border that way. That's the only reason. Well, you know what? We do have actually one more block, don't we? We do have one more block to make it even easier for you guys to understand here. What I could do is something that, you know what? What's the point? There's no point. It works. I'm not going to play around with it. But yeah, we can score as many times as we want here, and it'll go up further and further and further. Oh, it hit the post and in. Bing. Did it go in? It did go in. I thought it might have stopped on the edge then. Okay, I'm right chuffed. I'm right chuffed. I'm really chuffed. I'm very, very chuffed that we've got this working. It's obviously easy to hide up, because this is all going to be inside of a casing anyway. Very, very easy to replicate on the other side. All we now need is a reset. But you know what we could do to make a super, super easy reset that I just thought of just now? Let's score again. Oh, I missed. Let's score again. So that's 5 goals. Check this out. This is the super easiest reset you'll ever see. 6 goals. 7 goals. So now you've won. Okay, you've won the game. Let's have another red block here. Let's just see how this works. So we've won the game. And it's reset back to 1 again. Back to 0 again. Then we can do it again. 2. I don't know if this is going to work exactly. It'd be awesome if it does. 3 goals. Oh, no, that's 2 goals, isn't it? Yeah. 0, 1, 2 goals. 3 goals. 4 goals. 5 goals. 6 goals. So far, we haven't seen that other red block yet. 7 goals. And then if we score this, it should reset back to 0 again. Yes! Okay, wonderful. That is how you make a super, super easily resettable 7-goal system just by adding another red block in it. That saves going all the way back round again, doesn't it? So yeah, you can play again and again and again and again and again. Wonderful. That's all I've got time for this episode, I'm afraid, guys. It might be a little bit short for you, but it's been a very, very long episode for me. We've got another episode here yet to go with building the actual board of it, and I'm actually looking forward to that. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode. I got hiccups. Bye!